Joining us today for Primetime Local News is country artist Jason Blaine. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Jason.
Well, thank you for having me on the program. Thanks so much, Shelby.
Of course, no problem. A lot going on for you right now. Really wanted to be able to speak with you, especially for fans here in the border city. Now, this is pretty big for you, but you recently received a Canadian Country Music Association Award nomination for the Alternative Country Album of the Year, and this is for your album, Diamonds in the Desert. So let's kind of get started with that. Okay, how does it feel to know that you've received this?
Oh, it's fantastic. This is a really special record. I poured my heart into this record, wrote it over 2020 and then recorded it in 2021 and we put it out into the world. It's been so well received. But the CCMA nomination is voted on by CCMA members, and to make the final ballot going into this awards weekend in September is huge, because it's voted on by your peers and by your respected peers and friends in the industry. So it really means a lot. I think all I've ever wanted to do was just to really be a part of this community. I love touring, I love playing, but to be a part of this community of country music, that's what I wanted since I set out on this journey.
And that's really good to hear that, how strong that support has been. I kind of wanted to get a little bit also into the Diamonds in the Desert album. Can you kind of give us a little bit of a backstory on this album, kind of explain what it's all about?
Yes. Well, this is a record that's been in my heart for many years, and those close to me know that. Some of the songs, even though they hadn't been written, I knew the type of record I wanted to make. And so some of them are older songs, and some of them I wrote myself, in my lonely time in the desert during COVID. That's a little bit where the title came from. We felt like during that time when everything was shut down, we had the rug pulled out from underneath our industry. We were just kind of I turned 40 that year, and I found myself in very unfamiliar territory. I'm used to touring. I'm used to getting out on the road with my band and the fans. And so we were just kind of in the desert, not sure what to do. But there's the whole concept. It's a little bit heady, but the concept is that if you step out in faith and you search for it, there could be some diamonds, there could be some gems out there in the desert. You just have to kind of go out into the unknown and in faith. That's what I think this record is. And it's really a return to very old influences of mine, the things that made me fall in love with music to begin with. I really had to go back to the well and remind myself why I love music in the first place. So I'm talking the Eagles. I'm talking, Vince Gill, who now plays in the Eagles. I'm talking about Tom Petty, the singer-songwriter side of Tom Petty. Some like Willie Nelson. The last track on the record is very like old school country that I was raised on. So there's a little bit of that. I just really wanted to get my heart on record. Some of the stuff I had never done before, because I always was pursuing mainstream radio, and that's a very different animal than just making up whatever you want.
And that's a really nice message to get across to, listeners and your fans out there, especially the ones that are, struggling through this time when it comes to the pandemic. Kind of sending that message out to there is always really beautiful to be able to send out. And now I know this album, it's already racked up over 1 million streams, and this is adding to nearly 24 million total global streams for you. And that's like amazing to hear. So how does it feel to know how much support you really received from this album after releasing it?
Oh, it's been really great. And one of the really cool things about the modern era of streaming that we're in is this record wouldn't have been possible maybe 5 to 7 years ago, whenever I was starting to think about recording a record like this. Ultimately, it would end up in a Walmart discount bin or something like that, and people would have to go dig to find it. But the cool thing is, for the fans that have been following me for a long time or following along on social media, I could tease it. I could put it out there and put some teasers out and then say, hey, on this date, this record is dropping. And then, at that Friday night at midnight, everybody's got it. The whole world can get it all at once. You don't need to go and dig for it. Just use your favorite streaming, service. And it's, whether it's Spotify or Apple or Amazon or what have you, it's out there. And it used to be all about like singles only on records, and then all of these other songs. As songwriters, you care so much about every song, and then they just kind of get lost, but now every song has a shot.
Well, I'm glad we're able to speak about this album. So for anybody out there that haven't had the chance to check it out, they can go check out Diamonds in the Desert. But I also wanted to be able to bring this up. I know that you had a performance slot for going on August 5th, and you have several other summer shows that are kind of lined up. Can you kind of talk a little about what you got planned going on for the summer for people that kind of want to catch you live?
Yes, we have some more tour dates yet this summer. A lot in Ontario. I really do want to get back out to Lloydminster. I want to get back out your way. I love the fans out there. It's been a long time since we've been out west. I don't know why. I think that part of it is the 2-year gap, and we've done a lot of stuff in Ontario. But so for anybody who's listening, bring us to out your way. We want to come back, and I think we'll be very intentional about getting out there, perhaps in the fall or the new year. But I just love playing live. All my dates are up at jasonblaine.ca/tour, and follow me on Instagram, Jason Blaine Official, blue check mark. And it's been so fun playing some of these old hits, many hits. Some of these videos we shot out your way 2 years ago, that spans the last 16 years. It's hard to believe it's been 16 years. And now we can play some of these old songs, some of the new ones, and the new ones from the record, and they've been really well received this summer.
Oh, well, that's great to hear. And hopefully, yes, like you were saying, you can make your way back into the border city for the fans out here. I'm sure they'd love to see it, but I guess maybe they'll have to get to Ontario and try and catch you in person for now. But hopefully, who knows, we'll see what comes up. But is there anything else you'd like to add, like that you got coming up other than, of course, with the tours, like some secret works you're working on, a little teaser or anything like that?
Well, I plan to finish out this record. The Diamonds in the Desert record has 7 songs on it, and I plan on recording a few more and pressing a vinyl at some point in the near future. I always want to hold a physical something in my hand. But we're going to have a great time at the CCMAs this year, and then we'll get a tour in the works to get back out your way. Miss everybody out there.
Perfect. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Jason. It was really great speaking with you.
Great speaking with you. Thanks so much, Shelby.